He's the blow, I'm the schmo, and here we go. An interview with Conor McGregor just came out promoting his BKFC event, and it looks like he's been sniffing the devil's powder, in all honesty. The guy is real fidgety and frenetic, so we'll just be doing a little bit of a body analysis on of him. And the way he's talking, he's just, you know, I'm just, I'll beat him, Eddie. It's kind of like how he's talking now. Let's look into this video. Let's see what Conor McGregor has to say. If it's of anything of substance, really. Because remember back in the olden days where the Conor McGregor of old used to say stuff like with elegance and grace and be like, oh my god, that makes so much sense. I'm glad Conor McGregor articulated in such a funny and witty way. Now it's just like, Eddie, you gotta knock his head off, Eddie. It's just a lot of that nowadays. But let's listen to it.
Founder, Mr. David Feldman, Philadelphia native himself. You know,
the fidgety you can immediately see just looking, the Philadelphia, David Feldman. Just real frenetic, just real energy inside. It's like, gotta go for a run. Just, give me a beer in me, mate. Let's continue.
Real rich boxing history has this country got, has this state got, and we're honored to be.
It's insane.
Here, you know, this time no gloves and closed fists, and it's palpable. The energy is palpable around the city. I was going through it last night. People are, you know, chanting for Eddie Alvarez, the local boy. And then what have we got as well on top of it? We've got the heavyweight.
Yeah, what have we also got? We've got on top of that, we've got the heavyweights. Yeah, we got the heavyweights, the bakers. He just doesn't sound like a normal functioning human being does anymore. Like, no human being is that, like, energetic as, like, And if you do see someone like that, it's usually, like, a mafia boss or, like, someone who's been, like, involved in the crime scene and they've seen stuff. It's like, let me tell you a story there, mate. Let's continue.
World title on the line. We've got two beautiful ladies, former world champion Bex.
Yeah, too beautiful. What's going on here? I don't know. I mean, I know what it is, but why? Like, can't you? Why do you have to do this on, like, big event days? Like, is Conor getting nervous? Like, I need something to take the edge off of me a little bit. Is he just nervous a lot nowadays? I don't get it.
Starling, or Beck fucking Rawlings, and Taya Starling, apologise the language. It's going to be an amazing night of fights here, this one. And this is going to really shine a light on what we are about. Bare knuckle is the truth. That's it. You want to find out the truth? Come to bare knuckle.
Who the fuck is that guy? You forgot Jeremy Stevens? He's fighting at Eddie Alvarez. That's the main event. Big Ben Rothwell, sure. Big Mick Terrell.
For sure.
Wraps his head around the schmo for some weird reason. Let's see where this little side hug goes.
That's it. There you go. That's an incredible fight. You know, if I look,
goes nowhere. The hand comes straight back down. If I look, maybe I'm looking a little bit too much into that little hug thing that he just did. But he did forget Jeremy Stevens. That was the main event of the night. Talking about Eddie Alvarez a lot. I mean, I get it. Maybe it just slipped his mind. There's no really anything controversial. But let's look at what he's doing with his hands later on.
I got a good feel about Jen.
I got a good feel. And he just awkwardly grabs the arm of the schmo. Has his other arm around the back of the schmo. The blow is at full swing right now. It's kind of crazy. But it is 2025. It is the year of the McGregor. This is the current state of Conor McGregor nowadays. It's quite... you know what? It is quite jarring to see Conor McGregor be so anti this stuff. Like, his mind is stronger than everyone's. Like, you know, he's going to beat up everybody. And then him just go down this track, this path that all these athletes seem to go and they get a lot of money. But it only happens in MMA. Like, once you become a professional fighter and you get big money, all of a sudden that discipline just sort of disappears. They need like a regular season, these fighters, because they have nothing to concentrate on when a fight hasn't been signed. And if you have enough money, you just naturally begin to fight less. And I don't know what's happened. Like, the guy used to be so focused on the game and major against that stuff, Nate. I'm major against that stuff, is what he used to say back in the day. And nowadays, he's just the face of the devil's powder.
Gentlemen, Eddie feels strong. Sometimes
that little hand grab goes nowhere. Continuing on.
When a man comes onto your land, you get strength from the gods. And I feel Eddie felt strong there tonight, and I don't know whether I felt the same when Jeremy. Maybe it was a little, when I came on the stage, I was interested to see. I liked how he went about this. You've got to ruffle feathers. You know, it could have been a respectful back and forth between them. They're both experienced competitors, but Eddie is a well more established champion. He's a former UFC world champion. He's the former Bellator world champion, and now he's looking to become a bare knuckle world champion. There's nobody on combat sport that has achieved that feat, and I'd love to see him do it. However, he faces an absolute pitbull in Jeremy Stephens.
However, he fights an absolute pitbull. Remember back in the day when Conor McGregor used to say stuff and you're just like, oh my god, what the hell, my ears. This liquid gold is just pouring into my ears, and then he would say so much in so little amount of words. And now it's just like a whole lot of yapping, to be honest. Like, listen, he's promoting the fight, he's breaking down what's happening, Eddie Alvarez, and all that good stuff. But at the end of the day, when we're looking at this fight, and when he's looking at this fight, and he just goes the gift of the gods, and Eddie, I don't know if I felt it with Jeremy. See, he's just saying a lot of yapping, like a lot of words are coming out of his mouth without any meaning, really. There's no, like, it just doesn't, you know, when he was with Uriah Faber and he was just telling him like, I'll tell you what I said. I said, I'm not doing the fight if I don't get to knock his out for the anything. That's bullshit. Like, all that stuff, like, just those little lines. Get me a coffee, Nate. Like, it's just the way to express yourself with few words that he used to have. Now it's like he's just raging out there to get as many words out there to hopefully maybe string together a sentence and someone can string it out. Oh, well, like, the grace of the gods in his Alderman and his Eddie, man. I felt the graces of the gods. They blessed him with the power of the hands. Well, on the other hand, I don't think I felt that about Jeremy, though. Jeremy, no. My crystal ball, no say, Mystic back. It told me no, Jeremy, knockout. Round 2 KO. Bet on my sponsor. Better they sponsor me. I don't know why that didn't even sound like I'm about towards the end of it. It's just same thing happened to Andrew Tate, but I won't get into that right now. W's in chat. Fucking top G my ass.
And you know, I have maximum respect for both men. It's you know the way it is. It is what it is. But these boys are gonna bust each other up for the beautiful people of Philadelphia, and you know, may the best man win.
You just came from the inauguration. You sized up both the Paul brothers, Logan and Jake Paul. You called them side quests. We know what it's all about. What's your reaction? They're posting it all over the internet.
You know,
can I just add one more thing? The Schmo shtick has been outdated for about 2 years now. The guy is still doing the, I mean, I get it. He's getting paid good money to do the shtick and all that stuff, but it's just not leading to any interesting interviews. Like, I've never heard someone say, oh my god, the Schmo just dropped an interview. Outside of this video, obviously, I'm just doing it because Conor McGregor is just so frenetic out there. But no one's ever been like, oh, you know what, the Schmo just dropped a video. Let me just quickly check that one out. No, it's just going to be a bunch of bullshit. Like, he just asks really generically terrible questions in a funny voice, and then people like, that was the shtick and it caught on, but now it's just completely dead in the water, in my opinion. And the people that are still watching the Schmo are probably just long time, I don't know who they are, probably 44-year-old men. I shouldn't say that, that's my demographic, but keep watching. I love you all.
You know, it is what it is. The UFC just aren't into it. I had the offer was there on the table in writing. You know, both athletes will say he's not a fighter, but whatever. Both athletes under the TKO banner, UFC, WWE, both rising up. You know, the stock price of TKO holding group through the roof. New market in India opened up and booming. It was business savvy and business sense to make the fight happen, or should I say, the glorified spar happen.
So he's hyping up the fight, and he's like, it was all business savvy, it was business moves, and the promotion, and the WWE, and the UFC, and it was a glorified spa at the end of it. He just says that for some weird reason. That is what it was going to be. It was going to be big money. It doesn't make financial sense for the UFC, because if you lose to Logan Paul, guess what? When you come back to the UFC, ain't nobody taking that shit seriously anymore, my guy. No one's thinking, oh my god, can Conor really beat Chandler? Can Chandler really overcome the great Conor McGregor? You know, he's completely coked out of his mind, but he still has that right hand. Like, no one would ever say that again. Oh, again, this was meant to be something else, but I just wanted to point that out there.
And in between this weight.
And all this little weight, like, look at this weight, oh my god. I don't get it. Like, why is he so expressive with his hands? It's like he's just got this energy inside of him that he just can't let go. It's just like, I gotta move. I gotta show them how I feel. It's like, all this weight, Schmo. Like, all this weight on my shoulders.
This waiting period that we find ourselves in.
There's a waiting period, Schmo. There's a waiting. I go, what the?
Before I can get back to the octagon, it made perfect sense on the calendar to go ahead with it. The UFC went into it. I'm not sure the WWE what their interest in was. I just knew the UFC went into it, and you know, and Jay, what's his name? The other Logan. He just kept quiet. He didn't say nothing. I was like, mate, you need to say something. You need to open your fucking mouth. I wasn't talking to him directly. He put up this video and edited it like I'd send him a voice note. I was talking to the fucking crowd that was the Ambani royal family of India, and then they were sending it to him. And I was like, mate, it's basically trying to get him to get going. I had no problem doing that. And to be honest, I'd have done it either way. Just said that they, one of these days,
I'm having a real hard time keeping up with his train of thought, his speech. Honestly, it's kind of blurry. It's like, it's just, you might be thinking I'm over exaggerating a bit, but I'm having a hard time following on what he's on about. Like, I heard Logan Paul, he wants him to, promote the fight of Riyadh Albani, the royal family of India. And now I have no clue where he's going to take this. Let's listen though.
You just hear my music come onto the stage here in Bare Knuckle Fight Championship, and now I come with me fist wrapped with no gloves.
How did we get here again? I'm going to go back, genuinely going to go back and listen to this train of thought.
To get going. I had no problem doing that. And to be honest, I'd have done it either way. Just said that they, one of these days, you just hear my music come onto the stage here in Bare Knuckle Fight Championship, and now I come with me fist wrapped with no gloves and a fight out of nowhere, no promo, no nothing, just fighting a random fight in a car. That could be where my future holds, and you know, legal, just making claims and all this bollocks. That's what pussies. That's how. There it is.
What did just happen? Talking about Logan, asking him to promote the fight, and then it ends with Conor McGregor like, yeah, you know, this car park thing, yeah, no gloves, I'll just show up and I'll just fight somebody, and maybe that's what my future holds. Like, the train of thought, like, it's just so frenetic in his mind. Now all of a sudden there's something happening in the background. Conor McGregor's just looking, oh my god, what's oh god, I need something to do. You got someone to blow.
This final message for all the Conor McGregor fans out there worldwide. And by the way, you said it was Logan, not Jake. It was going to be the boxing match in India, yeah?
I wouldn't be surprised if Schmo's on something. Like, this entire shtick is just like, I mean, like, can he even follow along? Like, he's just asking a generic question, not really having a conversation with Conor McGregor.
It was always Logan, 2 TKO fighters. They don't really. The Ambani
his brain's working overtime. It's just like malfunctioning. It's like, oh my god, what's Conor about to say next? Okay, quickly throw something out there. And the mouth just starts moving without the brain actually being able to process it.
Family and the advisors for them, they were shrewd. They understood. I am a UFC fighter. He is a WWE football. Both to get one without the other, and it would be difficult. So it was always Logan. Yeah, for sure. It was always Logan.
You get one without the other would be difficult. I really don't quite understand it. Like, I know what he's trying to say. The UFC and the WWE are owned by the same company, so it works. But it's like, without one without the other, it would be different. Like,
and I like it. Like I said, I am more inclined now for this influencer, fucking whatever you call it, because it's astronomical money, Schmo. It's astronomical, the figures. So, you know, who was our Jake, Logan, and fucking KSO. I like the three of these guys, and then all the other ones that are tussling around. It's an interesting little side pocket branch, we'll call it. Yeah, stuff that.
It's the main branch at this point. Let's be honest, Conor. You're in no state to hop into an octagon. If you did, you would get absolutely clobbered. You will never complete another fighting training camp again, and if you do somehow do it, you'll show up so unprepared that your brains just get completely bashed out of your skull and pouring out of your ears. Because you're not that good guy anymore. You just ain't. You just ain't got that dog in you, mate. You're cooked. Absolutely pan-fried. Your brain is.
The dough in me sock, and out I go.
There it is.
Something about the sock ended. I can't even follow along.
He's the pro. I'm the Schmo, here for Knucklemania 5. It's always a pleasure with the face of the fight game. The man who will forever change it. Absolutely.
Bro, let's go.
Appreciate you.
He's the blow, I'm the schmo, I don't care. Like the video, subscribe. Conor McGregor clearly on some of the good stuff. And I just wanted to point that out in this video. It's quite, like, even this late after the allegations, and afterwards he's like, I'm back in the fight game, I'm back in training camp, we're making a return and all that. Just about the money. And he's gonna embarrass MMA to the most highest of umpteenth of degrees, by the way. Because I wouldn't be surprised if in that sparring session, glorified spar session, like he said, he gets knocked out flat by Logan Paul, who's actually going to take this extremely seriously, go for the win. Conor just going to fuck around, be like, this little thing, this boxing little thing, what's that, you don't want to make weight? Yeah, I'll fight you at your normal weight, I'm fat anyway. I'm a fat little midget Irishman. That's probably what he's going to say. That wasn't meant to be racist, by the way, if anyone says it. I don't know. He's just a fat little midget, isn't he? And he's Irish. Because he's just, you're saying, there's this muscle. His face is just completely overweighted. His neck has just kind of morphed into his, like, this area. Like, his shoulders have just kind of morphed in with his neck at this point. Never a sign that you like to see in a fighter. But anyway, that was the video. 204 subscribers. Get me to 250, guys. 250 is the goal. That's the new goal. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Comment below, hit the notification, all that stuff. I'm just going to squeeze that in at the end. Bye.